Yeah, he's fine. I checked it, it's fine.
Minimize that.
No, because I changed it there.
We'll do one of those and one of those. Okay, now we'll go there. That'll work. Okay. I'm Rick Harrison, and this is my meme shop. One thing I've learned after 25 years of being an internet meme, you never know what is going to use me as a GIF. Okay, 2 minutes. We're gonna get started. Hee hee. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Not sure what that means. It's kind of vague, but okay, sure. Let's see here. Okay. We will get started in, I don't know, 2 minutes. That will work for me. After I'm done fidgeting with my microphone, that is. Never get this thing in the exact right position that I want it in. Unfortunately. But I do have to remember that I have to enunciate more on the streams because the microphone is slightly off center from me, so I gotta... Actually, I could just do this and keep it more in front of me. There we go. That way it's a little bit more where it's supposed to be in terms of my voice projection. The audio quality should improve a smidge. All that good stuff. Alright, here we go. Wait for the music cue and... How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy, the Stream Edition. Last time, we restarted! Is that the same as dying? Sometimes I'm inclined to wonder about that. But yeah, we restarted our file, and ended up with these characters, which are the same classes as the old characters, but the old characters had a story. These characters have no story, and we can create a story as we go along, which in cases of playthroughs where I am not playing them blind, I feel like that is gonna be better in terms of my ability to have fun and entertain myself with jokes and storytelling and that sort of stuff throughout the stream through. It's a flimsy excuse, sure, but I mean, if it works for me, then I hope that it works for everyone else. Anyway, So let's continue and finish off the Marsh Cave, which was where we ended up last time. We didn't get quite as far as we got the previous attempt to stream this through, but we did get to the basement 3rd floor. I already healed, right? Yeah, I did. So we will continue through the basement 3rd floor, and we will go from there. Now let me just make sure. Check 1, check 2, check 3. Okay, we're good. Had to check OBS. I did not check it before doing the stream. Always check your setup before you start streaming, because you never know when it could be wrong or something could be unplugged, and then you go for an hour and 20 minutes without any commentary. Alright, let's continue. And as per the normal for this playthrough, something is blocking me from getting into the door, which means as soon as I walk out of this door, I'm going to be blocked by another bat. Or not. I have to say it, because then if I jinx myself, then fine, I already knew it was going to happen, and my expectations are low. But then if it doesn't happen, I'm pleasantly surprised. I also found out, and I probably knew this from a previous playthrough, but the treasure chests, oh dear God, the treasure chests that were empty up on the upper floors there, they are empty because of the fact that basically when you take one of the treasures in the cave, those chests contain the same treasure, and if you take the treasure, that treasure becomes moot point, basically. Actually, no, Sid, you focus on the crawler. I'd rather not get paralyzed again. So, because I took the broadsword from one of the chests in the cave, all of those chests contained that one broadsword. So now they're all gone. The rest of them are all gone. Alright, this is going stupid. Can you just kill them with Diara, please? You know, the ones that will get killed by Diara. Okay, well, at least Sid got out of that himself. Why don't you cure and... or actually, no. You attack that guy. You... yeah, you cure Sid, and you also attack that guy, so that way we can... oh, Jesus. Okay. Thank you! Alright, well, I don't care about that. Just get rid of the blood bones. Oh, for... no, I'll cure him again. Gotta keep him healthy, because otherwise I'll just get mercilessly slaughtered. I was gonna say, now Crawler, if you paralyze Sid, I'm gonna be really unhappy with you. Oh my god, how much health does this guy have? Just kill it! Thank you. Jesus, it was way harder than it had to be. Yeah, we're still doing good, so... perhaps a heal. And then... a couple of cures. There we go. Cool. What's in here? Nothing. So we will have to check all these rooms, because I think all of these do have treasures in them, unlike the other ones that had the broadsword in them, but no longer do. Gotta tell you though, the developers knew what they were doing with some of these enemy encounters. If you're not careful, you could end up with this again. Damn it. Okay, so I can heal off damage, but I can't really do anything about paralysis right now, so let's do that. Or just not do that. Kill the crawler, so that we don't have to deal with paralysis anymore. Ow. Okay, so all three of you together might be able to take the blood bones out, so that will be good. Thankfully, he missed his attack, so that's... or was that him, or was that the enemy behind him? Or in front of him, rather. I don't know. No, it was him. Okay, good. He missed his attack. So, now he's dead. Now you don't have to worry about it as much. Why don't we do... let's see. You heal Norn there, because she could probably use a little bit of HP. And then you two just attack, and you'll both kill them in one hit, so we'll be fine. But yeah, already on this playthrough I've established a few small character quirks that were not readily obvious the last time I did this, when I did it the first time, such as the fact that Russo is an actor through and through, and he portrays his styles. He's an actor and a storyteller, and some of his stories are immensely boring. That's why when he uses the sleep spell, he puts enemies to sleep. Sid is, I wouldn't say arachnophobic as much as he is just creepy crawly phobic. He doesn't like anything that crawls along the ground, and I'm going to start using Russo for cures. I want to stay as close to max HP as I can, just because. The twins I haven't so much gotten anything out of yet, but you can pretty much take their character traits and say, okay, well, here's one that would have been the broadsword, but this one not so much. This has cottage in it. Nice. The twins, you kind of have an implication of their character traits. You'd expect Moira to be the more level-headed of the two because of her affinity for healing spells and the fact that she's a white mage, and you'd expect Norn to be a little bit less so because of the fact that she chose a less savory career option. I suppose we could invert the expectations, though, and say that Moira is the hothead and Norn is the level-headed one of the twins. Okay, so we got a copper armlet, so I think I can equip that on. Yes, I can. Okay, so you have the copper armlet. I'll probably want to get one for Norn at some point as well, because she could probably use it as well, and then I can afford to get leather cap and leather gloves for her. Russo, not so much, and Sid, definitely not so much, because they don't really have any need for that stuff. Okay, so a couple more rooms that we can go through, and then we'll go from there. One gray ooze, I'm not worried about one gray ooze. I think we can handle one gray ooze. At least it's not that ooze guy from the Power Rangers movie. Then we might be in real trouble. Well, only if he turns into a, 50-foot skyscraper-like monster. Oh god, okay. So this is the room with the Pisca demons in it. You can tell because there's those statues surrounding the treasure chest, but it's also our destination. So, we're going to exit the room for now. Because there are two other rooms over here, at least one of which have treasure. Oh boy. And these gray oozes were guarding the chest. No, not really. Just happened to encounter them on this tile. I don't think I'll be able to get rid of either of these two this turn, though. Okay, well, that's okay. Maybe not okay, because they deal a lot of damage. Okay, well, we'll get rid of them this turn. Thank you. And in here we get some more money. Nice. We are well over our total that we needed in order to buy all of those level 3 spells, which is good, because that means that I can buy Poisona, as well as the level 3 spells, by the time I get out of here. And that will make things way better. That's the last one here, right? Yep. So there are other rooms down there, but they are locked, and we do not have a key yet. So once we get the key, we'll have to come back here and figure out how that all works. Now, I am going to be a big jerk and save it right here. Now, in the PlayStation version and the NES version, you did not have that this luxury of saving directly in front of the boss fight, but I'm doing it just because I'd like to not have to do this over and over again. Because we have to fight Pisca demons right here. It's kind of a pain because all of your AoE stuff that you have currently, Sleep, Dark, and Silence, they don't really work well on Pisca demons. They're resistant to every single one of those. So, because of that, we're in bad shape just from the start of this. I'm going to use Protect on both of my casters. Just, hang on. We'll just do it on each of yourselves first. We'll go after one at a time. And once I get Protect on everyone, we'll be in better shape, because they do a lot of damage. Ow. I'm going to need to use items to heal at some point here. But if I can get rid of at least one of them, we should be in a little bit better shape. How about we have... no, I kind of need you to do that, because you can kill that one on this turn. You get that on Norn. And Norn, why don't you toss the potion? That's Sid, because I kind of need him more than... Oh my god. Okay, well they only have 94, I believe, HP, so getting rid of them is a good idea, obviously, but it shouldn't be too huge of an issue. Alright, well we got Protect on everyone, so that should make things a little bit marginally easier anyway. I'm going to need to heal like a bunch here. How do I do this? How about we cast heal, and then you use a potion on... Wait, hang on. Who are you casting on? You're casting on yourself. Yeah, you do that. You do that. You cast heal, and you toss a potion at Sid. And we should be okay, I hope. Ouch. Okay, well, that heal should keep us in the green for the rest of the turn. Alright, and now we should be okay. I'm just going to have Sid and Moira try to keep up on healing. Just have them heal the two weakest party members, because that should keep us halfway healthy. And we'll just get rid of them one at a time. Okay, good. I think that was the top left one that took its turn already, right? So now it's just the one, and we should be okay. I'll probably toss out another heal, just so that I have it. We are all over 100 HP now, though, so we can probably just do that, and this, and then that, and we should be okay. If you get 4 Pisca Demons, goodbye. Because they can gang up on any one person, and at this point in the game, I don't think any of the characters, even a warrior in full armor, can survive a group of 4 Pisca Demons all ganging up on him at once, or even maybe 3 if they all ganged up on you at once. It'd suck. But we survived through 3, so yeah, awesome. And we gained a level. Good. Good. Good, good, and good. Very nice. Very nicely done, all of you. And for defeating them, we obtain the crown. Wonder if my mic cut off again. If it is, that's going to become a recurring trend. Now, Pisca Demons are a tile enemy, a tile mini-boss, as it were, meaning that if you were to stand on this spot and, like, you walked down here and then back up, you could fight more Pisca Demons, and they are worth a good amount of experience and gil, so if you're running a little low on either of the above, you may want to do that just to make things a little easier on yourself. But our resources are slightly limited at this point, so because of that, I'm going to say that we don't really want to do that. They are kind of strong, and we're kind of not. So later on, we might be a little bit... Okay, I got to stop doing this. Sorry, it's a bad habit of mine, and I do it all the time, and I shouldn't be doing it so often because we don't need to sort things every time I open the menu. But yeah, if you come back here once you get the Mystic... well, yeah, the Mystic Key, the key that we need to unlock all the doors. I thought I was spoiling something, and I kind of was, but it's not that big of a spoiler. It's an item name, like, it's a key that's mystical because it unlocks doors. How big of a spoiler is that? Anyway, so yeah, if you come back here when you have the Mystic Key, you're probably going to be strong enough to fight those Pisca Demons off multiple times, I would think. Now the real question is, do we have enough MP to get out of here? And the answer is that I don't see the streets in your eye. No, that's a different game. I think the stairs are up here, if I recall correctly. And then we can head out. I probably could be running out of here, and I may do just that in just a moment if we start getting into a bad spot, but for now we're okay. Until we run into these guys. No, we should still be fine, even with these guys being here. Oh, I can't cast Diara. Okay, well, get Dia going then, I guess. Just as long as we get a few hits in before they start paralyzing us, we should be okay. And that should take the zombies out in the back, I hope. Yep, cool. And now there's only 2 ghouls left to deal with. Nice. So even with Sid being, you know, in the predicament that he's in, we should be okay. Because the ghouls are weakened slightly, so Norn and Russo can handle it. Yeah! Nice job. So we need to go out there, up here, and then the door is like right here-ish. Yeah, there we go. Then up the stairs out the door, and we can use a tent or a cottage or something. I'll probably use the cottage because it fully restores HP and MP, so because it does that, it should make things a little bit of a smoother ride getting back to town. Because I think we're going to go back to Elfheim before we go and give the crown back to the king of the elves there. I almost just did it again. Let's use that cottage. Is it like a capsule cottage? Do we like plop it down, like throw a capsule out, and then it's the Capsule Corporation explosion, and then there's the small makeshift house that we just made, or what? Because that's a big thing to be lugging around in your absolute storage space there, guys. I'm going to designate Moira as the keeper of the absolute storage space. She looks like she could probably have a fairly large one underneath that cloak there. It's too bad nobody's here, or else somebody would be typing Kappa in the chat right now, but actually that would be me, because I know what absolute storage space is as an acronym. Hee hee! Anyway, actually let's save it while we're up here. Oh, did I already do that? I think I just did, right? Yes, I just did. Rip me, short-term memory loss. Alright. So we'll go back to Elfheim. We will grab the, what's it called? The level 3 and level 4 spells that I can afford to get right now. I'll probably get mostly elemental stuff for Russo. Although I can afford Cura as well, so I'll probably get like Cura, Fyra, Thundara, and Blizzara or something, and then we'll go from there. You can probably handle the one by yourself. I don't know if Moira can handle one Goblin Guard by herself, but, yeah, not quite. That's okay, Moira. We'll get you a better weapon shortly, and then you'll be in better shape. And that's all he wrote. And that's all he wrote. Or I probably should say she wrote, because Norn was the one that took care of that werewolf, so, you know, that's a thing. Moira, you just keep beating up Goblin Guards with your stick, and we'll be in good shape. Yeah! Alright. Off we go. So, let's see. We've designated Moira as the keeper of the absolute storage space. I'm gonna say that Russo is probably the one who keeps the save book, the record of our adventures there. Because he seems like, I mean, he's the storyteller, right? So you would think he'd be the one who would keep a hold of those things, right? So now I just need to figure out what Sid and Norn can hold on to in our inventory there. You do that, you do that, and you keep doing that. There we go. Nice! Hey Garrick, how's it going? Alright, so that takes care of that. We are halfway back to Elfheim here. And then we'll be in better shape. It's 6 wolves. We can handle 6 wolves. I don't need sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead. That could be foreshadowing for this part, actually. But I won't tell you what it's foreshadowing unless you've played the game before, in which case you may know. But either way, that takes care of those guys. Almost not even worth my time for the experience and guild they'll give me, but I'm not one to run away from a fight. Especially when it's a preemptive strike, like, I'll take that. Okay, just about back to Elfheim. One ogre. See ya, buddy. You almost just got half of your health destroyed by a little dinky knife. How do you feel? Go Norn! Alright, well. Back to Elfheim. We have plenty of money. Let's go rest first. And then, we'll go buy some spells. I don't think that the saber that they have in the shop is better than that broadsword, but I suppose I could check. Alright, let's go have a look. Excuse me. Or, since Russo's the party leader, I should say, excusez-moi. Yeah, not quite as good. 13.5. I think the broadsword's like 13.10 or something. Hang on. I could look. It is 15.10 actually, so that's a bit on the better side there. How much are copper armlets again? Let's go look. Because if they're 800, then I'm cool with that. If they're 8,000, not so much. Okay, so I want one of those. And probably... Well, hold on, let's see here. Yeah, that's not worth it. I mean, even with the 14 evasiveness boost, it's kind of eh. This isn't Final Fantasy II, where the evasion stat is far better than the defense stat, so... But you, my female thief friend, can use the copper armlet just fine. I think I will get Norn a leather cap and then go find some leather gloves for her as well. Just because she could probably use all the defense she can get. I mean, she's got high enough evasion. 79 ain't bad. 78 once we get the gloves together, and then we'll be in good shape. I can sell that, and that, and that, and that. Not that it does me much of a favor, but, you know, it's there. Okay, let's go buy some spells. Just gotta remember to keep enough money in my inventory there to have enough to buy some gloves in a few minutes, and then we'll be good. This is the level 3 shop, right? Yep. Okay, so we have Heal and Diarra already on Moira. Have I played Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion? Yes, I have played both of them, actually. I actually played Luigi's Mansion for my YouTube channel a long time ago. Probably 6 years ago, I think I did a full playthrough of it. So you can check that out if you'd like. Mario Sunshine, I have not played for my channel or for the stream yet. I would probably consider playing both of those games. I think, and this is a personal opinion of mine, I feel like Mario Sunshine is the weakest of the 3D platformers for the Mario games, but that's really just me. I'm not sure how proliferated that opinion is across the internet, but that's my personal opinion. But I'd still consider playing it. It's still a very good game. I think that saying it's the weakest of the three kind of discounts how good of a game it is. It's just in very good company. That's the problem, I guess, that I have, is that the other 3D Mario games are so very good that it's... I have a few small flaws / problems with Mario Sunshine. But that's neither here nor there. It's a great game, and I would consider playing it for the stream at some point. Luigi's Mansion, I mean, maybe if I was running out of ideas at some point, I would return to it. I could always, if Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon works with Citra, I could always try that out. But I don't know if... Well, I did say I didn't know that my computer could run this, and it runs this just fine, but I could probably run the 3DS emulator on here too. I don't know, but yeah, I'd consider playing Mario Sunshine for the stream. At some point. So we're gonna get Fyra and Thundara for level 3 spells for Russo there. So that gets everybody all their level 3 spells that they need for right now. And we have how much money left over? 3,095, okay. So each of the level 4 spells are 2,500, which is a little on the expensive side, but it's not a huge deal. Oops. Went outside, sorry. Trying to think if I should get Poisona or if I should get Blizzara. I think Blizzara would probably serve us better than Poisona because we have antidotes in our inventory if we get poisoned for right now. So maybe that would be better. Well, actually, scratch that plan because Russo can't even use level 4 spells yet, and neither can Moira, so we'll have to wait until we're a little bit higher of a level before we can purchase them for them. I guess that does leave me with a little bit of scratch money left to go and buy some items then. Don't know how many of these we'll actually need, but we'll get 6 potions, 6 antidotes. I'm kind of about the gold needles. I don't think we'll need those anytime soon. 3 echo grass and 3 tents. And now we've got plenty of Monet. I'm actually going to buy 4 more potions. Now we've got plenty of Monet to go take that over to the, which shop had leather gloves? I think Provoca had leather gloves, so. Oh, that's quite a jump, man. Yeah, that is quite a ways to go. To go from like Mario 3 to Mario Sunshine. I would imagine that was a bit of a shock. I can't even fathom. Because my first Mario game was Super Mario World, so I basically played like in order from there. I played Mario World, then I played Mario RPG, which I guess isn't a 3D platformer, but you know it's got platforming elements and it has Mario in it. So I played that, then I played Mario 64, then I played Sunshine after that, then I played Galaxy. So I pretty much went in order as the consoles went along there. But that's quite a jump. No pun intended, since Mario is a jump man. I hit you, right? I don't remember. Oh well. Just hit them. They'll die eventually. Or right now. There you go. 600 gil, not bad. Might have enough money after this little trip to go and buy more things from the magic shops. I can't handle the piercing gaze of my audience! I thought you were better than that, Russo. You're the best actor on the planet. How can you get paralyzed by a gaze? It's this play, right? Yep, there it is. Never got to play World. I would recommend Super Mario World very much because it's a very good game. I'm trying to think where I would put it in the pantheon of Mario games that I've played in terms of favorites, but I don't know. I'd have to really think about that one in more depth before I can give you a clear answer there. Okay, leather gloves for Norn there. Thank you. I still don't think I need him for Russo there. His chainmail is just fine and dandy enough. Alright, so let's go back to Elfheim. And, let's see. Okay, we're quite a ways off from level 13, but I think that might be where Moira can start learning level 4 spells. I got to about level 4 by the time I got to this point in the game in the GBA version, but in the GBA version, they had magic levels, so it was a little different. Sharks! Am I punching Jaws now? Have we jumped the shark that badly? Didn't quite get to punch him, but you know. Stab it with a sword. That's all that it takes. He is a fish after all. We could probably fillet him and have plenty of food for a while. That's what we'll designate Norn as. We'll designate Norn as the cook. So Russo is the holder of our save book. Sid we still don't have a role for. Moira is the keeper of the absolute storage space where our items go, and Norn is our cook. Fantastic. See, we're coming up with these rolls just fine. I didn't need no backstory already established to figure this crap out. Let's see, how much money? Not quite enough for level 4 spell. So we will not. We will go this way instead. Because if we give the crown back to the king, then he'll be able to restore his castle, and perhaps that will cause him to find some sort of secret something to undo the curse. Or maybe when the crown is given back to the king, the curse will be lifted because it was the curse of the Dark Elf anyway. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. I should start using Dark more than Sleep. I've been using Sleep a lot. And it's good. I mean, Sleep is really good, but at the same time, Dark would probably also do a similar thing for now, because most of the enemies around here are physical attackers, so blocking off their ability to physically attack me would be just fine, I think. Unless they're ghasts, in which case we cast Dia, and then, well, you know, they die. There we go. I might use Temper a little more often on Norn there because of the fact that she's got this dinky little dagger, man. I mean, it does halfway decent damage, but it's not fantastic, so it would probably serve her better if her attack power was closer to Sid's attack power. Just trying to think of strategies on the fly as I make my way back to the Western Keep. Actually, you know what? We've got a little bit of, we've got some tents for stuff. You're gonna buy Dark Souls 3 tomorrow? Cool, man. I appreciate that. Keyboard or gamepad? That is a good question. I have not played any of the Souls games on keyboard. I have Dark Souls 2 for my PC. We're going to test out Fire, that was what I was going to say. I have Dark Souls 2 for my PC, but I've never played it on keyboard. I've always played on a gamepad. It's just felt more comfortable to me, and I think that the Souls series before Dark Souls 2 was not made with a PC port in mind. So I would say try playing with gamepad first, see if you feel comfortable with it. If it doesn't work for you, then by all means try keyboard, but I don't, like I said, I don't think that FromSoft really designed Dark Souls 1 with a keyboard in mind. So if you're planning on going backwards in the series at all, I would say stick with gamepad. It would just work better. That's my 2 cents though, so it's up to you in the end, but that's what I think. Let's try Dark, since we're on our way here. Since we're ahead on our way, if you will. See if we can't get these guys to be unable to hit us. I mean, they would be if I put them to sleep, but... Aha! Got a couple of you. Now that will not incapacitate them, that will just prevent them from hitting me as often. Like that. So... I think Dark costs more MP, though, than Sleep does, so... If they're both effective, it's kind of like, well, I might as well use Sleep, because it's less MP. In the early parts of the game, MP conservation is kind of important, because you don't have lots of ready means of healing it, or just tons and tons of MP to offset that. Yeah, so Dark is 5 MP, Sleep is 3, so I think we'll just stick with that. Steam controller, that's true. Steam controller would also work. It would work just as well as a regular old gamepad, if you have it. I'm using a PS4 controller, personally, because actually I think the PS4 controller, to be honest with you, is a noticeable improvement over the PS3 controller, because the PS3 controller, it's just... The triggers feel weird on the PS3 controller, but on the PS4 controller they just feel more natural, I guess, and it feels less like your fingers don't slide back to them, I guess. I don't know. But I know that I can connect my PS4 controller to Steam and to my emulators, and it works just fine, so Since I can do that, and I'm aware of it, then I'm going to stick with what I know. When it comes to games, I'm all for playing them blind, but when it comes to hardware and software, I'm a bit of a stick in the mud, I think. That's probably why I haven't tried streaming on YouTube yet. Oh boy. Get rid of that ogre! Destroy his lairs! There you go. Almost there. Aha, here we are. So we have arrived at the Western Keep. Let me use a tent outside to get ourselves back up to full health. Just because I can. Not like I'm anticipating a fight or anything. I'm gonna save it. Okay, so, we're ready. Let's go inside. Hello, Mr. King. We have the crown. He seems very happy about it. Wait a minute. There aren't any good guys that say mwahahaha. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we've brought the crown to Astos, the king of the Dark Elves. So where's the real elfin king? Is he dead, or... Yeah, I should try it at some point. Maybe we'll do it when I'm messing with stream settings on a different platform. I'll try it on YouTube and just see how it works. I might like it better. I'm not sure. You have a crystal eye. Wait a minute. So you're the one that took Matoya's crystal eye. You bastard! Yeah, well, you're gonna have to go through us first. I don't think you can. I'd like to see you try! And now we have a boss fight against Astos, the Dark Elf King. So, first things first, let's see. I believe he is vulnerable to silence, so I'll probably give that a shot at some point. But first I'm going to temper up Sid's attack power so that he can do some better things there. We'll have Moira cast Protect on herself and Norn on the twins there, and they'll be in better shape. Astos does inflict a fairly decent amount of damage, but if we get Protect up on everybody, we should be okay. I don't even know if I'll be able to get Protect up on everybody, but we'll give it a shot. Probably now that I got Temper there, well, no, I got to buff Norn as well. So we'll just Protect on Norn as well, and have her toss a potion to herself. Uh-oh, he's casting Death! Haha! Your petty tricks will not work on me! Alright, get him, guys! Oh wait, yeah, Norn is throwing a potion. Hold on. Get him, Sid! Yeah! Almost 200 damage, not bad. Okay, so let's get Protect up on Russo, Protect up on Sid, and Norn, you use that Tempered Knife and you smash Astos with all of your might. And look at that, Norn's even doing some good damage, almost 70 damage with her knife. So, that's good. This fight's almost over, so we should be good. Yeah! Got him. Nice job, everybody. He's not too bad. If he casts Death on somebody, it could be kind of problematic, especially if he casts on your white mage, because then it's just dependent on how lucky you get, whether you can use, if you have a Phoenix down, whether you can use it and him not attack them and kill them. Oh, excuse me. We get lots of money and lots of EXP for that, and we gained a level, so that's cool. I'll have to check and see if we can use... Ooh, nice MP increase there. I'll have to check and see if we can use the... Well, first we have to obtain the Crystal Eye! Nice. So we have the crown and the Crystal Eye in our inventory now, so that's good. So we have to take that Crystal Eye back to Matoya in just a moment. What was I going to check? Oh yeah, I'm going to check and see if anybody can cast level 4 spells now. Aha! Moira can cast level 4 spells, so we can go purchase the Poisona or Vox or any of that. But first, I'm the... Oh, hold on. I'm the... It won't let me just turn around, unfortunately. Well, you get the point. I'm the real Elf King. with my face muffled by the back of the chair. Anyway, well, that takes care of the Dark Elf King, so that should mean that the curse will be... Well, it won't be lifted yet, but I suppose we could check when we go back to Elfheim to see if the curse was lifted. I mean, it's worth a shot, right? We'll see if the spell only lasts as long as he does. Myra, why don't you use heal? Because we could probably all use a little bit of help here. Thank you. Nice crit. Can we get another one? Not quite. That's okay, though. Because Sid is on the job. Oh, jeez, one step. I just killed you guys! Okay, that takes care of number 3. Maybe it's just like a big group of ogres and they're all like a settlement of ogres or something in this one little valley. It would make sense, they're along a river. Fresh water bodies have often been the place where people have settled in the past. Doesn't matter now, though, because all 4 of them are dead, so, you know. Uh-oh. Snakes! Get him, Sid. He got them. No problem. Oh, boy, more of these guys. We should be fine, though. And not quite hitting as hard as they are there, Moira. Maybe in a little while. Maybe once we figure this whole mess out with the Elfin Prince, we'll have a way of increasing your DPS just a little bit. Alright, let's check out the Elf Prince and see if his curse has been lifted. It doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, that's right. The Steam Winter Sale is going on right now, isn't it? So it's a good time to be playing games and purchasing them on Steam. Yeah, the new graphics card would probably help out a lot with some of the newer games and playing. I don't blame you for playing CS:GO. It's one of those. I know from my experience when I played first-person shooters that when I played them, I really played them often, even if it was like, you know, even if in some cases I wasn't having a good time with it, I really played them a lot, so. I don't know if it's the same for you, but I look back on my time with first-person shooters not so fondly, but I probably enjoyed them quite a bit when I did play them. Nowadays, I'm not so deep into the online multiplayer stuff. It's just a phase that I grew out of, I think. Oh, excuse me. Yawning all over the place. I think I need to get more rest, or I need to take melatonin, like early, so that I go to bed earlier. It's a serious problem, man. I go to bed at different times every night, but I wake up at the same time every day. Well, we can probably sail directly to Matoya's place if we can go underneath the drawbridge that they made at Cornelia. Let's give that a shot. More Buccaneers first, though. We'll take care of them. Aha! Got all the ones that I wasn't attacking this turn. So that's good. I don't really know the cutoff point here of when enemies start resisting sleep, and I'll have to start relying on like Dark or Silence to do stuff, but I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Eventually, I think the status effects that we have are just plain old not really going to work very well at all. Which is unfortunate, but, you know. Okay, so Cornelia is there. Can we go underneath the drawbridge? Yes, we can. Sweet. So now we can get a little bit closer to Matoya's cave than we would have otherwise been. Why don't you take out that Sahagan chief there, Sid? Because he could be a little annoying otherwise. Probably going to have to heal a little bit after this one. Just a little bit, though. I got most of them. Good. Let's do that, and cast heal, and go from there. And that should take care of our healing. Cast heal there. Okay, a couple of them woke up. So, we'll take them out. Very nice. Does that count as an ironic staff kill? I don't think so. It was a fairly weak enemy at this point anyway. Almost to Matoya's place, and then we can hand her back her crystal eye. Oh, 4 goblins. What do you think I am, level 1? With an attack like that, I might as well be level 1. Oh, well, she made up for it. Never mind. Okay, Matoya's cave. Matoya, I have a gift for you. Hello. There you go. You have something to give me in exchange, huh? Okay, cool. I wonder if this potion has, I would say sleep-inducing properties, but we want it to not have sleep-inducing properties. We want it to have the absolute opposite of it. Maybe it's just really good coffee. I don't know. Either way, we obtained Jolt Tonic! Had to switch it up there for a minute there because of how it switched up the, what's it called? It switched up what the inventory there. It's normally you obtain a something. Well, I'm glad you can see again. How does it feel? Oh, okay, fine. Well, that's mean. What a jerk. What a curmudgeon-y old lady. Don't tell her I said that, though. She'll probably turn us all into toads. No, that's not this game. That's a different game. I think we're still good on HP and MP. We'll heal at Cornelia. On the way back to visiting the Elf Prince and using that Jolt Tonic. Perhaps it will jolt him awake. That's probably why it's named Jolt Tonic. Thank you for ruining the joke, MCR. You're such a good pal! Okay. Hey, not bad. At least we're doing a little more damage to lizards and stuff now, the things with higher defense. Green slimes are still a problem, but, you know, not that big of a problem, especially now that we have AoE level 3 elemental spells that we can use to destroy them with. So, what do you have to say now, Dancer, since we're already here? Yes, we probably could, so that's what we'll go do. After we, you know, have a good sleep. In the town of dreams, in the city of dreams. Refreshed and restored. Alright. Back we go. Nah, I don't need sleeping bags. Tents aren't that expensive. Back we go to Elfheim to rid the prince of his sleep woes he's had for 5 whole years. What's next on the list? the list of suggestions. There are 5 of them, actually. What do we have? We have your suggestions for the Gothic series. I probably just play Gothic 1 for the first game, and then I'd save Gothic 2 and Gothic 3 as other suggestions. We have Conker suggested Kingdom Hearts. Cheese Up suggested Psychonauts. And my brothers each suggested a game. My middle brother suggested The Last of Us, and my youngest brother suggested Ashura's Wrath. Well, actually, he suggested Doki Doki Literature Club at first, but then he chickened out and he told me I have to take that off that list or he'll stab me with a blunt knife. So I switched it. I said, what do you want me to switch it to? He said Ashura's Wrath, so Ashura's Wrath is on there. So it's going to be one of those games, one of those 5. Not sure which one yet. It's just going to depend on how I feel once I'm done with this game. Here you go, Mr. Healer. We have Jolt Tonic. It just might be. We won't know until we give it a shot. Hello, Elf Prince. Speak to me, Your Highness. Haha! He's awake now. I could pinch you if you want. Yes, we are. Like I said, if you really need a pinch, I'm sure Russo would oblige. And what does the legend foretell of our arrival? The Mystic Key, huh? Sounds useful. I'm glad that we obtained the Mystic Key, because now we can use that to open every locked door that we've encountered so far. Thank you, Prince. I appreciate it. Well, it was, just the right thing to do. How's it going? Yes, you are. Now you can become the Elf King. Do you want the crown? I mean, we could pass it along to you if you really want it. I don't think he ever takes the crown, which is kind of a shame because isn't he supposed to become the Elf King? Doesn't he need the crown? Is that just an implication? No. I don't know. A foul creature lives in a cave to the west, huh? I wonder which cave he's talking about. Yes, your king has, well, your prince has entrusted me with the Mystic Key. Now, I think that there is an area out here that we can test the Mystic Key out on. Somewhere. It's out there. I just have to figure out how to get out there, and I'm not really certain. Oh, do they? We'll have to go and see if we can have a chat with the dwarves there. That's the prince's room. I think... Nope, not quite. I was going to say, I think you can go around the outskirts of the castle, maybe, and get there, but I guess you probably have to go this way. There we go. Sweet. Where's that one guy? Here he is. Yes, it has, but guess what we have? We have a Mystic Key. Haha! And now we can open this door. And inside is the treasure of the Elven Kingdom. A mithril hammer, 800 gil, 700 gil, and bronze gloves. Very nice. Can you equip those bronze gloves? No, you can't. Actually, I can check this. I think you can double-click on an item in your item list. Yes, and you can find out who can wear those items. Or use those items, as the case might be, depending on if you're looking at weapon or armor. Unfortunately, we don't have any of the classes that can use the bronze gloves, and while we do have a white mage who can use the mithril hammer, I'm going to say that Moira is not going to be using hammers anytime soon. She'll stick to staves, thank you. What else can we do here? We should probably... Let's see. There's a treasure area in Cornelia. There's a treasure area in the Chaos Shrine, but we have to go back up that way to get to the dwarves anyway, so maybe we'll wait to go there. We need to go back to the Marsh Cave, and we need to go to the Western Keep to try to grab the items that are in there, because there's treasure rooms in both of those, and they have some nice stuff for us out there. So we'll go to those places, and we'll see if we can't find some cool stuff in their coffers. Just everybody attack the ogre. See if we can't put these Gigas worms to sleep. Very nice. Alright, so let's just barrel down on them, and then we will continue in our backtracking quest. And I promise we won't have to do this kind of backtracking again in the game. It's just the fact that we didn't have the Mystic Key up until now. The rest of the game, by comparison to this part of the quest, is fairly linear from what I recall. Ironic staff kill? Not quite. It won't be an ironic staff kill anymore after we get the next staff for her, because the next staff is actually fairly powerful, so... by comparison. I should have enough tents to get between these areas. It is a little dangerous in the treasure room of the Western Keep, though, because there's some enemies in there that are rather a little hard. So we'll have to be careful. I'll probably save it when we get to the treasure room there, just so that I don't get lambasted by some really difficult enemies. Although, to be fair, they could probably give me a pretty good amount of experience if I do get lambasted by enemies like that. And we will have tons of cash with which to buy level 4 spells once it's pertinent to do so. How are you doing on your level 4 spells? Not quite yet, huh, Russo? Maybe in a level or two? I don't know. Perhaps. Well, anyway. So, to get there, to the treasure room, we need to go up and all the way around here. Thankfully, I don't think there are any enemy encounters in this part. Until you get in the room, that is. Then it gets a little bit tricky. Probably, how much does cures cost to cast? 10? Okay, well. 2 cures will do just the same thing. And then there's that. Okay, cool. So let me save here real quick, because, like I said, the enemies in this area are a little tough. And then we'll head inside. We have 3 treasure chests to take. I believe if you take them from the sides, you don't have to deal with the enemies. Here we have a falchion, steel gloves, and a power staff, the next upgrade for Moira's staves there. Let's see how the falchion does against the broadsword. It is exactly the same. And the power staff is obviously quite a bit better. The mithril hammer is also quite a bit better, and it also has better accuracy, but like I said, we'll hold off on the hammer there. Give you a power staff. Might as well equip the falchion. I mean, it's a new weapon for Russo there, and he's all about trying out them new weapons, trying on new roles. But since we got the treasure chest from the side, we didn't have to deal with this enemy group. Because if you get it from the front, well, this happens. You have to deal with wraiths, and in other cases, you also have to deal with mummies. Granted, the fact that they are undead enemies, so you could just spam Fyra and Diara and be fine, but, gotta be careful. Because you never know with enemies like this. Just don't paralyze everybody, please. Thank you. And a combination of Fyra and Diara should do the trick here, I think. Yeah! Nice. And they do give a lot of experience in Gil, though, so if you're really hurting for money or experience, then there you go. There's your answer. But I'm not, so we'll be good. Next location, please. Okay, so now we need to go and get to the Marsh Cave again, and we need to head all the way down to the bottom floor. I will run to the bottom floor this time, since it's basically just backtracking. So I won't be wasting any time that way. Why don't you... Yeah, we could do with just a cure. Do it there. Could probably use a couple more cures by the time we're done here, but that's okay. See if we can't see what the falchion looks like by the time we're done here. No. We'll have to save it for a different battle. down this way is the Marsh Cave. More cobras! Sid, your fists are not able to handle both of them. You'll have to let somebody else take care of it. He's really unhappy with these snakes. Oh, man. Oh, Sid. You goof. He always goes first in those fights, it seems like. And that's probably just me being selective with my memory, but... actually, Sid, you can probably take that one guy down by yourself. Everybody else concentrate on the chief. Bam! Got him. Okay, well, I might have been exaggerating a little bit when I said the power staff was a significant upgrade for Moira. I mean, at least now she's not doing 1 or 2 damage with her staff attacks, but she's not going to be swinging for the fences exactly either. She'll be okay, though. She'll do some good damage. We'll hold off on the Fyra for now. You gotta conserve your MP just a little bit there, Russo, because the tent doesn't restore all of it, so I'll have to be a little more careful. But we will use Diara because that should take care of everything with these undead enemies. Aha! Another level. Nice. More MP. Lots more HP for Sid. Lots more HP for Moira, and not so much for Russo or Narn. But that's okay. Russo not quite yet for those level 4 spells either. He probably, if I had to guess, I'd say probably level 15 or 16 he'll be able to use level 4 spells. But that's okay. We don't need them that badly just yet. Goblin guards. Yeah, right. Take care of them with no problems. Before we go back in, let's rest up with the tent. Steel gloves, I don't think anybody can equip those right now either, can they? Nope. I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff to sell when I'm done with all of this. Alright, and then we'll save. Lots o' money to buy lots o' spells and stuff with. Okay. Backtracking time. See if we can't get there in any kind of hurry. Moira has more MP, so we'll have her cast Diara. Or, you know what, just cast Dia, because that'll take care of the zombies, and then with the extra damage from Sid, Russo, and Norn, we should be able to take care of the ghouls. Or they could just die anyway, you know, that also helps. Goodbye, undead friends. Alright. Well, that's one floor down. That was easy. Next floor, please. Your floor, sir. And then we just need to go all the way to the bottom of this part of the cave here, and we'll be in good shape. All the way down. Not quite there, but all the way over here. This door is now no longer bound by the Mystic Key, because we have it. There are Pisca demons to deal with when we get to this chest, though, so we're going to have to be a little careful. Moira, just sit up, just hop him off real quick. And everybody else is good. Okay, cool. Gonna catch myself doing that more often here. I am gonna save here though because it's a tricky fight with these Pisca demons, even with our levels and stuff like that. But we do have one thing that should work slightly better on them now than we had previous to this. Uh-oh, more Pisca demons right here. So now, the thing with Pisca demons, they resist sleep, they resist dark, they resist silence, and they resist fire. They do not resist thunder. So let's try Thundara on them and see if we can't do something about that. Why don't you just defend, Moira? We should be able to take them out between Sid, Norn, and Thundara there. We will need some healing, but it should be okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Russo, you defend. And we will heal you. Do that. Or we'll just, kill it. That works too. Gotta be careful in this room because the Piscademons are everywhere. Okay, well, probably would have sufficed to use a Cura there, but that's okay. Normally you just encounter them right about here, but they're in this room, so gotta be careful. Uh-oh, anacondas. Lots and lots of snakes. Meanwhile, Sid's like, why did it have to be snakes? Let's cast Fyra on them, see if we can't get some crowd control going. Moira, you can do that, and you can do that. I think these guys can poison you pretty good, so let's try to avoid that if we can afford it. Let's see how much damage Fyra does. Not bad. Got 2 of them. Nice. We'll do that, and that, and that, and that. We should be okay. Ow. That hurt pretty good. But so did both of those attacks. And that one, not as much, but that's okay. Okay, last one. Go all out, everybody. Nice. Okay, well that wasn't too bad. They do hit pretty hard, but, not a big deal. And here we get a silver armlet. It is a straight upgrade from the copper armlet. So let's see. It even gives extra defense to Sid, and he might actually need that because it only gives him one less evasiveness out of the whole thing. So, how much defense does it give you? The same amount as the chainmail, but you have significantly more evasion. I think we'll do that then because it's probably better for you than the chainmail. So Sid, you're slightly worse for wear on the defense there, my dude, but you should be okay. Yeah. Moira, keep up on the healing because we need Russo's MP to cast Fyra and Thundara as we go along here. Alright, well that's one treasure room down. Now to go to the next one. And here we have more anacondas. Yeah, Fyra. Do that, that, and that, and this should be the end of them at the end of this round. Which is cool. Because it means I don't... Ooh, nice hit. Nice hit, Moira. I think I overestimated these anacondas just a little bit. I should try Thundara on them, though, to see if they're weak to it. Or actually, here's a better idea. I got an antidote out of that. Let's go to our bestiary and check it out. Anaconda. Here it is. You guys are weak to nothing and resistant to nothing. Well, that's a shame. Because that means Fyra and Thundara are each going to do about 40 to 50 damage to them with no real large amounts of damage. It'd be nice if we had a big sweeping attack that could take them all out in one hit, but this room also has Piscademons in it, but it doesn't have a treasure chest, so not worth our time. Probably easy to spawn them in there, but And this room has 2 exits and Piscademons. Okay then. Yep, there they are. Give him a Thundara there, Russo. That should handle things very nicely. Moira and Norn, just attack that one. We'll see what we can do. Ow. They still hit hard, I'll tell you what. But one of them's dead this turn, so that's good. Sid can almost take one out by himself at this point, which is pretty fantastic. Yeah, Russo defends, so that way you don't get swatted out of the air. And that's the end of that guy. What's in this chest? More money. Nice. We'll go out this exit. Let's heal, actually, before we get moving here. There we go. Alright. And now we're good. So let's get out of here. I think it's this level. Go. Oop, not quite. A little up more. There we go. More backtracking! But once we're out of here, it's a little bit less than... less to go, because the only places we have to go after this are Cornelia, where there's no monsters to fight, and then the Chaos Shrine, where the stuff that we get from those things are... I mean, some of the equipment that we get from the Chaos Shrine is good, but not all of it, so... you fight a ghoul, you fight a ghoul, you cast Diara, because there's more ghouls than there are physical attackers that we have on our side, so... we need to take at least one of them out. Gotta focus on the ghouls, though, because they're the ones that can inflict paralysis out of the bunch here. Zombies, not so much. And we got a staff for it. Not exactly the prize I was looking for. Maybe if it was a mithril staff or something, I'd be a little more enthused. Uh-oh, lots of them. Actually attack that one. Diara and that. Nice. Nobody's getting paralyzed this turn. And we're just rolling an EXP here, which is good because, you know, Russo's gonna need it eventually here. In order to get himself access to level 4 spells. He'll need it, but not quite yet. So when we go back towards Cornelia there, we should go into Elfheim. Because in Elfheim I can purchase level 4 spells for Moira, so that's cool. What do I need? I need... let's look at my notes. I don't even need to ask that question. I need Poisona, Vox, and Nelfrost, because the only other thing I can get out of this whole deal is Fear, and Fear is kinda crap, so... the level 4 white magic, like I think I said it already, is the level 4 white magic is kind of garbage. It really doesn't do too much to help you. Oops. But level 4 black magic, on the other hand, is overall fairly useful. It gets you access to your last status spell that hits all enemies. That's really fairly decent, other than slow, which we aren't going to make use of, I don't think, at all on this playthrough. Maybe later on, like way later, but not yet. I suppose I could have gotten silence on Moira instead of Invis there, because Invis on its own is not as useful, I find, as a single target protect. At least not at this point. Now later on, when you get Invisira, that's a different story. I did that on purpose, and I was punished for it because now I'm poisoned. That sucks. At least I got an extra antidote from the cave there. And we'll sell all of our extra equipment there eventually. Probably once we go visit the dwarves, because that's when all of the Mystic Key Collectathon is over, once we visit the dwarves there. And at that point we'll have all of those excess treasures, and we can use them to go and buy new and interesting things. But first, we have to actually go buy the things. So. Nice! Moira can one-shot wolves now. Fantastic. I'm considering that an accomplishment, man. You can't take that away from her. White mage being able to one-shot enemies like that, that's good in my book. Anything from this shop? No. Just the level 4 shops, I think. Level 4 white magic is right here, right? Yeah. Okay. So we need Poisona, Now we don't have to worry about antidotes so much. Vox for silence, although I don't know that there's any enemies that can really silence you that are that threatening. And I think silence wears off at the end of battle, so it's not a huge deal. We also need Null Frost, which is fantastic for this level, so, you know. But, other than that, and the other thing is that Fear, I mean, it just makes the enemies flee. Not that useful, because I'm going to fight them anyway for experience. I'd rather do that. And it's only available for White Mage or White Wizard, and I already have enough other stuff to put there. Now, let's see. I still can't buy these even if I have enough money for Russo there, right? Because he doesn't have access to the spells yet, right? Let's see. Haste. Yeah, magic level is too low. Okay, we'll come back. There is that area right down there. And maybe once we're done with this whole collectathon, we'll find a way to actually go there. Instead of having to go up and around all the time. Okay, so we'll go into Cornelia, well, the castle anyway. While inside of the castle, we'll access their treasures. We'll go back to the town, Cornelia, and then we'll rest up. Then we'll head for the Chaos Shrine, and then after that we'll head for the Dwarves area, which I believe is called Mount Dorgar. I think that's how you pronounce it. It could be Duergar or Dwergar or something like that. So, where am I going here? I need to get out and around to the back right-hand corner of the castle, I think, and I think that's where you can get outside to the treasure room. Is it out here? No. Maybe it's over here. I don't remember where the treasure room is. Maybe it's right here. Yes, it appears this is where we were looking for. We can use the Mystic Key on all of these duels. Yes, it has, but we've got the Mystic Key, so bam! And in here we get a Mithril Knife, good for Norn there. A Saber, would have been good if I didn't have a Falchion already. Another Cottage to use after a particularly tough trot through a dungeon. Iron Armor, a Tent, and we obtain Nitro Powder! TNT, baby! I'm Dynamite! What's that good for? Well, we'll find out shortly. We might actually be able to find out from the dancer lady in town, since we're going back into town anyway. But the Nitro Powder is a key item of great explosive power, so we'll have to find a use for that. Let's go to town and see if we can't check in with the dancer lady, and she'll give us a hint here, since we're using her services, quote-unquote, more often. Narek the Dwarf has been looking for powerful explosives, huh? Yeah, that's a good question, but I'm sure us giving him powerful explosives of large scale magnitude is not going to be a problem in the slightest. Why would it be? Oh, boy. Alright. So we are refreshed and restored, and now we can head to the Chaos Shrine for the second to last stop on our trip here. Then after that, it's off to new places, to the Dwarf Cave to see Narek, and see what he wants with all of that explosive energy. I didn't equip Norn with the Mithril Knife there. I should probably do that. It's probably more useful than the dagger that she's got equipped there. And I think eventually here we're going to be able to get some silver armlets for everybody. So when we do that, it will help with our defensive potential, especially with our Thief and our White Mage, because their defensive potential is kind of meh by comparison to the other two. Okay, Mithril Knife a go-go. Now, let's find this. Actually, I can't get to the Chaos Shrine from there, can I? Okay. Since we can't do that from there, we'll go back down and then we'll go all the way up. Oh, where's Cornelia? Here we go. We'll go the long way then. Fine. We'll play it your way, game. Ooh, nice. I mean, I know it's goblins, but 101 damage with a knife? Not bad, Norn, not bad. Thankfully, Russo can probably use most of the powerful swords that we come across on this playthrough. He can't use, like, axes or any of that stuff, but the swords part is probably fine because you do get a ton of swords in Final Fantasy 1. By comparison to other weapons, there's just loads of them. And a lot of them have different properties than some other weapons. Like, a lot of the weapons other than... excuse me. A lot of the weapons other than swords don't really have elemental properties or properties with effectiveness against certain monsters. Swords, on the other hand, have that responsibility in droves, man. Like, there's a weapon that's a sword that's good against dragons, a weapon that's good against werewolves, a weapon that's good against ogres. Actually, I think that's Final Fantasy 2, never mind. I suppose we'll find out, though. I don't think we need to rest up when we get to the Chaos Shrine. We should be okay. There's probably new enemies inside of the rooms that are bound by the Mystic Key, but that's okay. We'll be fine. Check my OBS real quick. We're still doing good. We're still doing good. Okay. There we go. Alright, here we are in the Chaos Shrine. So last time we were here, there were pathways to the left and the right that we could not do anything with. Well, we could do something with some of them, but we didn't have the Mystic Key, so we couldn't grab all the treasure. So this time, we'll grab all the treasure. I'm going to save real quick, though, just because it's been a little while since we've saved. Just precaution for safety purposes. And the enemies around here they're not too bad. I think they're about on par with the enemies you'd encounter around Elfheim, which is why you kind of wanted to go straight to the... Well, maybe not. Maybe they're more like around Provoca. But even still, that's quite a bit of difficult enemies to take on when you're level 3. Which is why you kind of wanted to go straight up the middle instead of dicking around, grabbing leather caps and other such nonsense. I think there's a potion in one of these. Yep. And here, a tent. Nice. Okay, over this way. Zombies. We can handle zombies. They ain't shit. And over here we have, well, more wolves, but other than that. I was gonna take a drink there, Sid, but you killed him too quickly for me there. Oh, these guys aren't that bad. Not too bad. I kind of want to use like a magical attack on them or something. Or let's use Dark. Let's see if Dark works on them. And you two attack that one. Because they attack multiple times and it can hurt a little bit, so if we blind them, then their attacks will miss a little more often. I was going to say, of course I blinded the one that I just killed, but unfortunately I didn't quite kill him. That's okay. You cast Heal, and you will allow. There we go. Nice hit there, Russo. And that's all she wrote for those guys. I think we have to fight them twice because that was probably a tile encounter. There's a werebuster in that chest, gold needle in this chest, and yep, that was a tile encounter. Thankfully, it's a preemptive strike this time, so we're in a little better shape. Why don't you heal, and you help Russo fight this one. Actually, Russo don't need no help. He's like, I got it. Don't you worry about me. I got the Falcon, man. I was chosen by the Fire Emblem. Alright. Last room. More zombies. Oh shit, I didn't mean to cast heal. Whoops. Oh well. Didn't get a chance to need to use it anyway, so that's cool. I was just holding down the button, man. It's like button mashing, except less of that. We'll do that. They actually don't hurt too badly, to be honest with you. Nice! Nice job, Moira. And in here we get a Rune Blade. So the Werebuster and the Rune Blade are both physical weapons, swords, excuse me. They both have the same attack power, the same accuracy. One is effective against werebeasts, so werewolves and that sort of stuff. And one is effective against spellcasters. So that will help us, both of those will help us out immensely. And they're actually slightly better than the Falcon. I'm going to equip the Rune Blade for now. I don't know necessarily that we'll have as many spellcasters to fight as we will were enemies, but, well, maybe the Werebuster would be better because we're going to be fighting werewolves outside, but, that's okay. At least we'll get to see the Werebuster here, as long as Sid doesn't go first here. No, never mind. I was going to say, we can see the Werebuster, or the Rune Blade, in this battle before I re-equip the Werebuster. Alright, Russo. There you go. Probably looks more primal than the Rune Blade. I imagine the Rune Blade being this, like, ornate blade. Yeah, there you go. It's like a broadsword, except it's... Or no, that was the Werebuster. Never mind. I imagine the Rune Blade being this, like, more ornate, fragile weapon. And then the Werebuster just being this, like, sword made up with the hilt being, like, bones or something like that. And then the hilt being carved out of rock or something. Just my imagination running away with me. That's what that is. And that was a reference that I don't think anybody who hasn't been brought up on Motown is going to understand. Was that even from a Motown band? I don't think it was. Well, whatever. Maybe we should rest at Cornelia. And then, since we're resting in Cornelia, we can see what else we can do next with the Dancer Lady. Use her as my developer commentary here. I know what we need to do next, but we're gonna... Oh, no, wait, all she's gonna say is that Narek could use that explosive powder. Never mind. I was wrong. Still got lots of money, though, which is nice. Alright, refreshed and restored. So now we need to go up to that one cape area where we can park our ship to the northwest. Actually, I can show you. Hold on. This one, because we need to go down here. So that's what we'll do. Are these guys remotely threatening to me anymore? I guess we can use sleep on them. I did just heal up, so I might as well make use of that heal to use my debuffs, my status effects. Nice. You fight them. Fight them one at a time. Nice. Just as powerful as your dinky little knife there, Russo. That's probably not doing him any favors in the self-confidence department. First I couldn't handle the spotlight. Now my sword does as much damage as a knife. What is this world coming to? We'll cast Sleep here just to mitigate some of the crowd. Or, you know, they'll all get a turn before I can mitigate them. Almost all of them, anyway. Well, at least the ogre's still sleeping. You do that, and you do that. And away we go to continue into this valley, and then we'll be almost there. So we'll do sleep. We'll attack. I don't think we need to heal yet. We'll heal in a little bit. Gonna have to attack that one up top there in this next round. Prioritize him because, well, he's the only one that can remotely hurt me right now. Russo's getting a lot of critical hits with that weapon. I wonder if it auto-criticals if it hits an enemy that it's effective against. Well, anyway, there's a whirlpool there. And there's a narrow strip of land right down here. I guess we can go and check it out a little bit. I think it just leads down and around towards the Western Keep. Like, if you kept going north from the Western Keep, you could have probably also gotten here. But then you would have been, you know, stranded on that side if you did that, because you wouldn't have had a ship to go anywhere else. Aha! Nice! We get a level up. Sweet. Ooh! Moira! Powerful level ups there. She has the most HP and MP out of anybody by a fairly wide margin. That's pretty good. Let's take a look. Yeah, pretty much if you went... Well, hang on. Hold on a second. Yeah, there's a river here, so we can't cross that. So you can't quite get up here by going the other way, so you can't strand yourself. Which is good, because if you stranded yourself, that'd be kind of bad. Lolly-ho, Mr. Dwarf. What's going on? Yes. Yes, he did, but we took it back from him. Gave it back to Matoya. I'm just going to raid your dwarven treasures here. I'm sure you don't need it. Some extra money with which to buy spells. Oops. And then, what else you guys got here? Levy stone, huh? Well, I'll keep an eye out for some. I don't know what use it'll be to float in midair, but, yeah, you know. Lally-ho, Mr. Dwarf. Lally-ho. Oh. I wonder if he could use the stuff that we're using to take care of the smashing rocks that he's doing. Yes, I've noticed that. The armlets that we have equipped are pretty fantastic. So... You have a smith named Smythe? He's in the smithy. Oh, the tongue twisters. Ah, this must be Smythe. Hello. You want the legendary metal adamantite, huh? Well, it's a legendary metal, man. I don't know how we're going to get our hands on that. I mean, we are the legendary warriors of light, but does that mean that we're legendary enough to get a weapon like that? I don't know. And everybody keeps talking about the rot starting for the Earth, the decay of the Earth starting to the west. We're going to have to try to find a way off of this little peninsula that or inlet that we're stuck in, the Aldean Sea, to see if we can find this cave to the west where the rot of the Earth is starting. But before we do that, let's raid the Mystic Key room that they had in here. have a tent, a great helm, a worm killer. There's our other sword that's effective against a type of enemy. An ether, a potion, a mithril mail, 575 gil, and a cottage. Very nice. Who can use that mithril mail? Let's take a look. Oops. Russo can use that mithril mail. Fantastic. I can give Sid the silver armlet then. Cool. I think we're good for that. Here you go, Russo. Have some mithril mail. That does give you slightly less evasion, but it gives you a little more defense, which is good. I can handle that. The Worm Killer is slightly more effective as an attacking a damage multiplier for Russo, although damage multipliers aren't until Final Fantasy IV, so I don't know if I should use that, but you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah. Nice. Sid gets some extra defense with the armlet, and that should be good for now. Maybe we'll go get some leather gloves for Russo. We gotta go back to Revoca to do that, though, right? Or maybe we'll just wait until we can buy more mithril equipment for him, and then we'll go from there. That sounds like a better idea. Hello there. Yes, nitro powder. You have a canal? Are you sure? I didn't see any canals around here. Well, sure, no problem, Eric. So what are you gonna do? Set the charge or what? Nice. Oh, can we? Good. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, I guess we should probably leave before the powder explodes, huh? That's probably a good idea. Come on, Eric, let's get out of here. Oh, I was gonna say, well, that doesn't sound very impressive, but never mind. It's causing an earthquake. And so the Suez Canal was built. No, that's a different reality altogether from this one. Not bad, Eric. What, you're not gonna lolly-ho there, Russo? Yeah, me neither. Maybe now we'll be able to figure out what that area to the west is that I was talking about. This wall is surprisingly intact considering it just exploded, but that's alright. Okay, so Levystone and Adamantite. Two things I'll have to remember to bring back here at some point. But for now, I was going to go show you, but basically, oh, more cobras. Basically, the canal is open. We're no longer trapped in the Aldean Sea, and we can go basically wherever there's a place to land our ship now out on the world map, because if you look at the full map, now that we can get out of here, we can go down and around here and all the way up here if we so chose. The only problem is that on this continent here and on this continent here, there's no place to land our ship. How are we supposed to get to them if we can't land our ship there? Well, in due time, we'll have a way to do that, but for now, the only places we can go are down here on the southern continents where we can land our ship. There's one place here to land it, so we'll probably go there. That's the Marsh Cave. And there's one place here and here to land it, so we'll probably go to those two at some point, but not quite yet. And then there's that one that's up here by the Peninsula of Power as well. But those are all in the future. For right now, well, we don't need to go and bother with getting leather gloves, so what is over to the left of me here? A whole lot of nothing. So we won't bother. Yeah, we'll do that. So instead of trying to figure out where else to go, we'll just go straight through the peninsula, or canal that we just created, rather. And then we'll continue on our quest outside of all of this. And of course, where's the first place that I'm going to sail when we get out of this canal? Into a whirlpool. I got it, man. Leviathan might be down here. But no, in reality, this is the Life Spring Grotto, another one of the bonus dungeons added in the GBA port of the game. Peoples? People! Ah! No, we're not. What do you know about the Life Spring Grotto? Oh, really? Well, how sweet. Well, wait. I guess that does bring up the age-old question. If you were to bang a mermaid, would you want the top half to be human and the bottom half to be fish, or the bottom half to be human and the top half to be fish? I think I'd rather top half be human, bottom half be fish. I can deal with putting my you-know-whats into fish parts, probably. But if I have to stare at the fish, it don't matter how good the vagina is. That's just my opinion, though. I'm supposing, now that that awkward topic is laid to bear, that you can't go here and live in peace anymore if you fall in love because of the statue, huh? Fetid water seeps from the statue. Yeah, nobody's getting past that anytime soon. Perhaps later. Straight northwest of us, right? Yeah, pretty much. Just gotta go around this island, and there we are. A small town waits us here. And it looks like marshland over there, so maybe this town will be marshy too. Oh, this is the town of Melmond. Okay, we were told about the town of Melmond, and it kind of lives up to its the stories about it. This place looks like a wreck. Yeah, we'll work on that. You probably say the same thing. Oh, you said that too. Same thing? Oh, not quite. This town's been attacked by a vampire! Damn. So is your church really destroyed? Like, can you not revive party members here? That's what the churches do here. They're sanctuaries where you can revive people if they died. But if there's no church, well, actually, I forgot. That's probably where the church was going to be, was right there. That sucks. Wow. There really is no way to revive people in this town. That's no good. Well, there's a lot to do and a lot to see here, so I already talked to you. But first, before we do that, let's, yeah, we'll rest at the end, why not? I got enough money. And they only charge the same amount as Elfheim does there, too, so that's fine. Ah, very nice. Now, let's check the town out. Now, there are new spells to be had here, but I think... Oh, hey, Russo can use level 4 spells now. Nice. We'll have to go back to Elfheim and purchase some for him. But I believe the spells that are sold here are level 5 spells. Yeah. So, none of us can use these, unfortunately, but eventually I'm going to want to get Curaga for Russo and then the other 3 for Moira there. Not right now, though. I can't do anything with it right now. Okay, will do. Is this your father's shop? Are you a wizard, Harry? Okay, so teleport can only be used by red and black wizards, which we don't have any of at the moment, but we'll make do. I will eventually also want to get Firaga here for Russo, but that's a ways off yet, I think. I'm a poor farmer. How am I supposed to farm when the land is destroyed? Oh, really? Yeah, maybe we'll have to go check him out, see what he has to tell us. Oh, hey, Watts, what's going on? I haven't seen you since Sword of Mana. How have you been? Well, we'll be figuring that out shortly, don't you worry, Watts. And you can go back to mining for Mithril instead. Oh, really? That sounds fairly useful. We could plug that into our ship and be just fine. Yeah, I can see that. If you look on the map, you can't even get over there. The people over there have to have been isolated for years. Hopefully they're self-sufficient. What's in your weapon shop? Crochet, saber, a longsword, which is probably pretty useful. How much damage does it do? Gives me 20 attack and 10 accuracy. That's versus the worm killer, which gives me a little bit more than whatever this gives. I don't know if it's that good of an upgrade. Well, let's see. The worm killer gives 19 attack and the longsword gives 20. I could probably do without. We'll probably get one from the cave coming up or something, and then I'll be like, okay, now I can equip it, but not until then. Alright, armor shop is over here. What do you have in here? Ah, they have silver armlets here, and they also have knight's armor, but, yeah, we're not getting that anytime soon. The silver armlets, though, would be nice for Moira and Norn, for the twins there. How much money would that leave me with? 4,600. Well, actually, first, before we do that, let's sell off all this excess junk that I have in my inventory from weapons and all that other stuff. I'm going to keep the Werebuster and the Rune Blade, though, because those could probably be useful. Sell the hammer. Ooh, nice. 1,000 gil. That'll help. And iron armor probably sells for a good chunk. Yep. Get rid of that leather cap. Get rid of that great helm. And bronze gloves and steel gloves. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Now we can buy some better stuff. Let's buy 2 silver armlets for the extra defense. And I think at this point, since those are going to give us, yeah, I mean, it's 15 defense that they'll have without the leather cap and leather gloves. I think we can take those off now. Give them a little bit of extra evasiveness. Let's see. You could probably keep them because you've got high evasion anyway, but let's see if we remove that here down to 10 again. Okay. Well, so for you, let's remove the cap and the gloves. That'll work. Alright, and then sell him some of the stuff that we don't need here. Sell both of our copper armlets. Very nice. Get us a little extra money. Our cap and leather gloves. Alright, and that takes care of that. So we can't buy anything else for now from here, but probably later on we'll be able to buy more stuff. Well, we'll have to keep an eye out for that giant. Hopefully he doesn't attack us or something. This is Dr. Une. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Inconceivable! Well, we'll have to remember that he's a scholar. We'll have to come back here at some point. Okay, well then, now we have some idea of what we need to do. We need to kill that vampire because he's blocking the flow of the power of the Earth Crystal. Although, to be fair, the Earth Crystal is probably not really shining very brightly right now anyway. So we'll have to find out if killing the vampire will take care of it or what. But the Devil's Tail, huh? Well, we'll have to do something about that. But yeah, the Devil's Tail is right down here. And that is where we're going to be going next. First, though, since we have the money now, let's take the ship back to Elfheim, since we can go there now. Like, we just go down and around and there, and then we're in Elfheim. Then we'll come back up here. And we'll purchase some spells for Russo, so that he can make use of the level 4 spells there. I don't know if the enemies on the high seas here are going to be any different than they are anywhere else, but, I mean, maybe. Get a saber. Okay, well, we'll have that to sell. Go down and around the Marsh Cave, and then we'll be good. Yeah, sleep. Could cast Thundara to take them all out in one fell swoop, but, we'll be good. Honestly, I probably don't even need them. They're not all that threatening to begin with, but That's alright. More sharks. Punch him out there, Sid. Or, you know, Norn could fillet it. Yeah. Tenderized meat is just as good as filleted meat, after all. Well, we probably have to do both in order to properly cook it, huh? Cook it into something delicious. Back to Elfheim we go. 8,600? Okay. So we'll avoid resting at the inn there just for now. We'll rest at the inn back in Melman since it costs the same amount. And then we'll go up here. Now I'm only going to get exclusively black magic spells for Russo for level 4 there. So that means we need Haste, Blizzara, and Confuse. As usual, we will not be bothering with the focus spells because they're kinda Oh wait, Sleeper is the spell at this level, never mind. It would be good if I wanted to put a boss to sleep, but I don't think there are any bosses that I would really care about putting to sleep that I can't just kill with other things. So we'll get Haste, we'll get Blizzara, and we'll get Confuse. And now we have all of our crowd control status effect spells, I think, other than slow, like I said, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. And I might have to worry about that sooner rather than later, because I think Slow Ra is something that I can get for level 5 spells, right? Maybe. My level 5 spells are kind of taken up pretty well, though, so I don't think I'm going to be able to really fit it in there. That's what he said. Anyway. Let's go back to Melmond, we'll rest at the inn there, and then we will start on our journey to the Devil's Tail. See if we can't make a little bit of headway in the Cavern of Earth today. Where am I going here? Hold on. Oh, that's part of the Devil's Tail, right? Did I just sail up over it? No, it's right here. Okay. Uh-oh. Russo, the spotlight, no! And now Moira. Oh boy. See, Moira can handle the spotlight, Russo. What's wrong with you? He so desperately wants to be an actor, but he has stage fright. He can behave just fine when it comes to fighting alongside his friends, but when the pressure's on, man, Russo has a little bit of trouble. Alright, let's see. Our magic looks like it's in good shape. I got Temper and Haste on the front slots there, which is where I want them. Good, good. And I got the null stuff over here. Good, good. Okay. Let's have a little sleep. And then we'll head towards the Cavern of Earth in the Devil's Tail. On the Devil's Tail, rather, I should say. Alright, Melmond, we'll be back, and when we return, maybe the Earth will be better. I don't know. We've never really done this before, so I suppose we can't really give any promises for that, can we? Alright. So, we need to go down here. That's probably the Cavern of Earth right there, but along the way, we can probably stop off here and just check it out, see what's over there. Maybe there's optional content for us there. But maybe not. Okay, so you can also equip... Oh, no, maybe you can't. I was going to say maybe you can... Oh, here it is. You can equip other gear mid-battle if you'd like to do that. So we can equip the Werebuster if I so chose here. I think these guys aren't that troublesome, though, so we should be fine. And actually, I'm going to cast Sleep anyway. It's too bad Confuse costs so much MP, because it would probably be good to have them fighting each other here, but oh well. It's not like they deal that much damage to us anymore anyway. We've all got silver armlets, so... Our defense is through the roof! Well, actually, Russo's got a mithril mail, but that doesn't change the statement of whether or not his defense is through the roof, so... Ha! Gotcha all. Got all of you there. Gotcha now. Yeah, why don't you take out that wolf there? Handle the back row. Nice, Moira. Nice. And that takes care of that. So through the marshes we go. Oh, more wolves. I suppose I just could hurl fire at them. Nah, we can conserve. We can conserve our MP. Because they're not that threatening, to be completely honest. Maybe one of these levels Moira will be able to get a second hit off with her staff there, but I'm not counting on it anytime soon. And maybe one of these levels Sid will be able to do more than 4 hits. 2 hits with each fist there. I wonder when Russo got his 3rd hit. I wasn't really paying attention. I have a hard time paying attention to when people get more hits unless it's like... When you go from 1 hit to 2 hit, that's when I notice, because then it changes. Like, basically when it changes the animation. And the next time it changes the animation, I think is it either 8 hit or 10 hit. I don't remember which, but it's one of those. We have a ghast and some ghouls. Why don't we have you cast Tiara? Do that. And we'll be in good shape. As long as we don't get paralyzed. Well, that's okay. Norn already took her turn, so she's okay to be paralyzed for the rest of it. That'll take out the ghoul. Oh, and the ghast. Okay, cool. Okay, straight up is nothing, so we want to go down from here. Go down south. Try that cave. Ooh, preemptive strike, nice. Probably the Rune Blade would help out here, wouldn't it? Just cast Dia. I think shadows don't have that much HP, so we'll see. Yeah, not much HP at all. Nicely done there. I almost said Eva. Moira. Okay. So this is the Giant's Cave. I wonder if the giant is around anywhere. There we go. Yeah, these guys aren't really threatening anymore. 6 or 7 damage here and there. It's not that great. And there's 7 of you, and you're doing like anywhere between 1 and 10 damage at the most. We can handle that. Got a couple of you. We'll take the straggler out, and then we'll be good. Still not quite enough to two-shot those ward wolves there, huh, Moira? Well, one of these days you'll get it, gal. Just not yet. One of these days you'll hit for as much damage as Sid is doing right now. Probably in the end game. Hello there. You shall not pass. Oh, okay. Fine. Be that way. So that must be the giant that loves gems. Maybe if we found a gemstone, we'd be a little bit better off with him. Okay. New enemy, lesser tigers. I don't know if they're vulnerable to sleep. I suppose after we fight this battle, we'll know, because we'll have them in our bestiary and we can check. But we'll be fighting these guys again after this, so... I guess they are vulnerable to sleep. Good. I think the bestiary page tells you if they're resistant to a specific type of status. So we'll have to have a look. We'll look at Piscademons in there, and we'll be able to tell from that. Let's see here. Oops. Wrong button. Let's see. Piscademon. Here we go. You guys are resistant. Yeah, there you go. So they're resistant to fire, ice, and then all of those statuses. So it doesn't really help us. So Astos didn't have any resistances, so it would have been just fine to fight him that way. But lesser tigers are not resistant to anything. They can drop X potions though, which would be really nice. But we don't really need them that badly at this point in the game. So I believe X potions restore all of your HP, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Yeah, we'll just fight Castilla. I was considering casting Fyra, but I think that's overkill for Shadows. The Wraiths that we fought in the Western Keep, though, no, then you'd want to cast Fyra or Diara, because those will do quite a bit better than regular old Dia. Speaking of regular old things, I'm going to cast regular old heal, so that I have some top people off there. Have a little extra HP. It's this way, I think. It's right in the center of all of this rot here that we're going to be encountering. And I'm getting more preemptive strikes here than... I don't know. I'll have to reference some war, but I'm not exactly a history buff. So I don't know if I could do that. I can kill the enemies, though. That's no problem. Alright, so we've made it to the Cavern of Earth. Let's see here. We're going to want to use a tent outside here, so we can rest up a little bit. And I think... Yeah. I think this is where I'm going to call it for today, guys. Because of the fact that the Cavern of Earth, inside of that cave area there, is quite a long dungeon. You actually have to visit it a couple of times in order to finish the whole thing out. But it's going to be a long time to finish, and I don't think that we're going to be able to do all of that. So better to leave the whole thing for the next stream than to leave everybody on a cliffhanger. So that's going to be it for this episode of Final Fantasy the Stream Edition. There's going to be a bit of a gap in between this stream and the next stream because of the fact that Christmas is coming up in the next 2 days, so I'll be celebrating that with my family and everything. And then following that, for the remainder of the week, I actually work late every day for the remainder of the week after Christmas until Saturday. So we will not be streaming again for one whole week, but after that we will be streaming Saturday, and we'll also be streaming on New Year's Eve. Although that one on New Year's Eve will be slightly later in the day. I will have all of the scheduling stuff up on my Twitch channel in the channel feed below the live stream feed there in just a couple of moments once I have stopped the stream, so that everybody can check that out. But for now, that's going to be it for this episode of this stream of Final Fantasy. Thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate everyone coming out to the chat and everyone who watches this over on YouTube. I will see all of you on the next stream. Take care.